G'day, sir.
G'day, sir, you alright?
I am alright, how are you?
Not too bad, thank you very much.
I did lie. I'm not quite alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your allergies are acting up, aren't they?
My allergy. Dude, like, you haven't seen that because I just started the podcast. I just cut, so we would start right now. But right before we said g'day, sir, I sneezed my whole life out of me. And we're still shaking hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
I still have this on.
Take it off. So if I sound a bit snotty, I'm sorry, but the reason for that is because I am. My eyes also are so itchy. I don't know if you see that.
What are you allergic to, did you say?
Dust.
Yeah.
Dust. Horribly allergic. No, not horribly. I'm exaggerating. Mean, but spot on. Also, my eye here, I don't know if you see it from afar, is red. It's just red.
It's really red.
It's so itchy as well. Like, it's not red because I itched it. It's red and also itchy.
It's red and that's why you itch it.
Yeah, because I don't like the red color in my eyes. So I just
get into it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, I just. And the thing is,
time.
Thank you. And the thing is, right, I always have that when we film podcasts because when we film podcasts, I get my clothes out. And apparently genuinely, and apparently...
You don't take them out often enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going with this. Apparently, I don't, every day, on my everyday basis, I wear clothes that are always the same. I have the same 2 hoodies, same 2 trousers on rotation. Every day, on my everyday life. Of course, they're being washed, don't worry. That's why it's 2, right? So, like, while it's in the laundry, I wear the other one, you know?
Yeah.
I look, like, really boring, but, like, for the podcast, I always try to, get my fine stuff out.
Yeah. I don't have fine stuff.
My fine garments.
You have fine garments.
My fine garments. So I try to get my fine garments out.
Smart outfits.
My smart outfits.
Nice.
So I feel a bit more intelligent. Yeah, and I get my fine garments out. Apparently, they're all dusty.
Well, if you don't wear them, of course they're dusty.
Yeah, so every time we film the podcast, I have these moments of sneezery.
Sneezery, oh God.
So yeah.
You got it with the words today.
Yeah, I got it with the words. It's neologisms?
Neologisms?
Is that a word?
I think so.
Neologisms? Anyway, welcome to this beautiful, snotty, sneezery episode of Don't Scream, I'll Cry. We're at the 8th episode. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I hate the number 8.
Why?
Because it's so even. I really don't like even numbers.
Yeah.
And it's not only even because it can be divided by 2, but it's also even in how it looks. Like it's symmetrical.
Yeah.
It doesn't get more even than symmetry.
Yeah, so this episode is cursed, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
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 But can you believe that? 8 episodes of podcast means 8 weeks of us doing this.
Yeah.
8 weeks of us doing this means 2 months of podcast.
It does.
Already.
It's gone by so quickly.
It has.
Nice.
Yeah. I think on our 2nd month anniversary, we can spill a little fun fact about this podcast, about the first episode and how it came about. We never actually said that. And I understand why we didn't, because it would have, wouldn't have served any purpose, but now with a bit of distance to the first episode, we can kind of say how it came about. Do you want to say?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
What happened there?
What happened there? Well, we filmed episode 1, and then...
It was quite emotional. It was quite, we needed to gather our, what we want to talk about. We have never publicly talked about this, and
it's quite a vulnerable topic.
Exactly. So we were preparing to talk about this, and then we filmed it.
And we had one camera, and we had a phone.
An iPhone.
An iPhone that does film in 4K, and our camera films in 4K. So great, we set it up to film in 4K, and then we put everything on the drive. I start editing, start color grading, and I realized that the quality difference is so bad that it was just embarrassing to post.
Yeah. So we thought initially, well, we own one camera, and it films in 4K, and it would be enough that the phone also films in 4K. There's no way that the difference is going to be that noticeable, right? But then in the edit we realized, Oh.
It was really, really bad, and I could go into all sorts of photography terms, but I'll spare you that. But there was a lot of things that were wrong with it, so we were like, okay, let's film it again. We were like, oh, should we get another camera? But we say, no, let's just try again. Maybe let's figure out something with the light. So we film it again.
And also with the zoom, like maybe we have to zoom out a bit.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out the shot, figure everything out. And we film it again, and this
The
time...
whole episode, anew.
Yeah.
One more time.
Yeah. Well, it was even worse because I think the light just disappeared midway through,
Yeah.
And it was absolutely not usable. So, and I say, no, that's just I will not be editing footage that's so bad quality. Like, I am embarrassed to put it out there, and also I'm a perfectionist, but you are too, to be fair. But especially when it comes to like visual arts, like photography, like cinematography, like I'm a photographer. I will not put out something that's not
The best it can be.
the best it can be. Exactly, that's not quality. So we were like, okay, let's film it again.
A third time.
A third time.
After already having talked about this topic.
Yeah, twice. We've already talked about it twice, so we already kind of knew what was coming.
Yeah.
It was kind of getting less emotional because, of course, it was
Yeah.
repeated.
Yeah.
But this time I said, okay, we buy a camera. So
Yeah.
I pull out my credit card, we buy a camera.
Third attempt. Now we have a camera, and midway while filming, we were just filming everything. Filmed the whole episode again, fully again, and we're like, you know what? That was kind of a really good episode. You know, we're
Yeah.
really happy with this. And now that we also know what we need to talk about, it's kind of like working through a script.
Yeah.
So I want to put the files on the laptop to be able to edit them.
No, it was not when you were putting on the files. We finished filming.
Yeah.
We finished filming. We finished everything. We switch off one camera and move on to the other.
Oh, right. It was already earlier, yeah.
And we realized that
The new camera that we have just bought was just off.
it wasn't filming.
And we're
But
like,
it definitely did film at the very beginning because I
Yeah.
remember turning it on. But then we found out that I can only film 30 minutes at a time.
because we got a cheap second-hand camera, it is only, like after 30 minutes, it stops. And we're like, great, what? So we now, since then, have this rule of, I set a timer every time we have our podcast. You don't see that because, we cut it out. But every 20 minutes, I go to my camera, it's this camera, I go there, turn it on and turn it off, just make a new recording.
Yeah.
So that's something that we found out.
Yeah.
That was our third attempt.
That was our third attempt. And then there was the fourth attempt. We were already contemplating, maybe it's just not meant. Maybe we're not supposed to be talking about this topic in the first episode.
Yeah, I believe in signs like that. I said like, hey, maybe this is a bad idea to set this out as our first episode. Maybe something in the universe is telling us, guys, start your podcast, but not with this topic. So maybe I was asking him, could we please talk about something else? Maybe
Yeah.
we shouldn't be talking about such a vulnerable topic. And he said, no, I want this. It's important for me, which I totally understand because in the end it was about you.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, okay. So we filmed it a fourth time.
A fourth time. And we
cannot even say that because the fourth is so embarrassing.
This is embarrassing because one would think that after having done it already 3 times, we would know how it goes. You set up the camera, you connect the mics, you do all that, and then you film, and then you're done, and then you transfer the files and all that.
We filmed the whole thing.
We filmed the whole thing.
Everything was on the laptop already. That also takes its time, transferring the files on the laptop, and like it's at this point it was hours and hours of our work,
Yeah.
And then I put it on there, and I'm starting to edit, and then I go to Dorian and I say, babe, the sound is really bad. Do you think our mics malfunctioned? And then I was thinking, no, it didn't only malfunction. The mics fully didn't record. And then I remembered that I hadn't connected the microphone receiver to the camera. So the thing that actually records our voice, it was not connected to the camera. So everything, we were mic'd up during the episode. We were mic'd up. Everything was working. The microphones were turned on. We saw that the microphones actually had input and as well, which was what misled us because we saw, okay, the microphones are, hearing what we're saying. Cool. But the microphones were not transferring that into the camera. So nothing was recording our sound. It was just, our sound was going into the mics, into the nothingness.
Yeah.
So we were even contemplating, should we maybe post our first episode without the microphone, just with camera sound? But it was so horrendous, and we bought the microphones for a reason.
Yeah.
It's a podcast; it's an audible medium. Like if the sound quality is bad, then everything's bad. Like I can forgive that the camera sometimes turns off, or like if something like that happens, if it malfunctions, that's fine. But in the end, podcasts are an audible media. Like we cannot.
Yeah.
And at this point, we just started laughing.
Yeah.
Because it had never happened to us before. Just this one time where we were like, okay, that's the one.
That's the
like
one.
that. Now we took care of everything. We just made a mistake.
Yeah.
Like a simple mistake. However, I was also like watching it back as well. I was kind of glad that fourth attempt, or was it the fifth at this point?
I think fourth.
That the fourth attempt didn't work out, because at that point, because we'd already talked about this topic so many times and with the same chapters and everything, it seemed kind of dry when I was looking at the edit.
Fair enough.
It seemed very like, oh yeah, and then this happened, and then that happened, and then this happened, and it felt so unreal because there was no life in it anymore, because we had already talked about it, and you could see that it was a burden for us.
Yeah.
So we took a bit of a break from the podcast.
Yeah.
After, the fourth attempt.
Yeah.
And then we sat back down again, and we're like, okay, try to reconnect to the topic that we want to talk about. Try to, get back the same motivation that we had the first time, but now this time with the advantage of having it be more, structured and everything, and trying to get the best of both worlds. Being prepared, but also keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
And then we filmed it, and that was the episode that you see.
Yeah. Yeah. That was finally.
The fifth attempt.
Yeah.
We filmed the first podcast episode 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I don't know if I would have this motivation now.
I mean, it did happen twice, I think, after the first episode that we filmed or started filming and needed to stop.
Yeah, that's true.
I will not say what podcast episode.
But you can guess.
Maybe, yeah. If you ever see us maybe talk a bit more dryly, it might be because we had talked about this a day prior, because we already started filming the podcast, but needed to stop because of some technical difficulty.
Yeah.
You know,
or for example, I remember in one of the episodes, the interactive section, the interactive section, we needed to refilm the whole episode, so then we needed to change the interactive section to something else, to different questions or examples.
Right. Of course, because we want
to keep it fresh, to keep the reaction fresh, especially in the interactive section where I'm asking you something.
Yes.
So it's still new.
So of course, it's not fake or anything. It's just these moments where we talk about, story times or whatever, or not even story times. I think it never happened in an episode where we actually had a story time, but these things that need to be surprised, we then switch it up.
Yeah.
Or sometimes we need to switch up DMs as well. Just to keep it fresh and just to keep it, I cannot pretend to be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does happen sometimes. That just happens when you don't have the best gear.
And when you don't have a third person as well.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that's something that would really, really help us, is just having someone be on the cameras, because I wouldn't say we have not the best gear. I would say we have quite a decent gear, especially when it comes to podcasting and stuff. Okay, but
a third person to kind of look at if everything's recording, if we have input from the microphones, if, to stop us, we start the recording and then we go again, or keep going, otherwise we just have to wake up. We have to wake up?
Good morning.
Good morning, get up. Wow, the way I see them synonymous, get up and wake up, for me are the same thing.
Nice.
Get up, record, re-record, and then see if, everything stayed the same and everything. Yeah, we're not complaining, we're just informing. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of a fun fact to our 8th episode for our second.
It takes much longer to film this podcast than you may think.
Yeah, that's also why we keep saying we're losing the light. You see 1 hour of podcast, but it is probably 2 hours of recording and 3 hours in total.
Yeah.
And so if we start at 1, we finish at 4, and at 4 it's already dark here.
Yeah.
Around winter again. The way I see winter and Christmas synonymous. Crazy.
Nice.
Crazy. I mean, to be fair, if you're honest, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
It is. The
Toys
Christmas market in Edinburgh is
in
on.
every store. Yes. It's on, so it means it's Christmas time.
It opened yesterday.
And I'm already playing Christmas songs.
And the city was so busy.
Oh yeah.
I really hate Edinburgh during Christmas.
No, but you see.
And during the Fringe.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are the two periods of time where the city just triples the amount of people that they're in on the streets.
And you really think like, oh yeah, after the Fringe, there will be less people. But then after the Fringe, for everyone who doesn't know, the Fringe is a festival in Edinburgh. It's the biggest
Performing arts festival.
performing arts festival in the world or in Europe.
I want to say the world, but Europe definitely.
Europe definitely. Well, it's quite known and it's quite touristy, and people come from all over the world to, watch the Fringe shows and.
Or perform on the Fringe shows as
Oh,
well.
perform, yeah. And it's really cool. It's really cool. It's such a nice thing for the classical arts as well. That there's one festival that is like theater.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And
It started off as a comedy festival.
yeah, and now there's more serious plays,
Yeah, now there's everything on there.
performances.
You look scary.
Sorry, it's just the sneeze came back.
Bless you.
No, not yet.
Bless you, you're blessed.
Thank you for blessing me, babe.
You're blessed.
Thank you. Yeah, because you're my fiance. Yeah. I'm blessed. Aww.
You're blessed with me,
Yeah.
and I'm blessed with you.
Aww, gay.
Gay.
Are you gay?
No.
Yuck. Yuck.
Yikes.
Anyway, what Fringe? Ah, yeah. And then you think, oh yeah, after the Fringe, it happens in August.
In August,
What? Why am I inventing statements? It's the dust allergy. It's fogging my brain.
It's dusting your brain.
It's dusting my brain. Exactly. Fun fact. No, sorry. Wait. Let me just finish a thought and then go back to dusting. Okay?
Yeah.
You're too interesting. Wait. Fringe happens in August. After August, you think, oh yeah, after August, everything should be, there should be less people. But then in September, you can still tell, okay, there's still some people who say, maybe it's from the people who are left from the Fringe.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't just leave yet. And then you have a little bit of peace in October, but then in November,
It starts again.
it starts from Christmas. And you're like, there was
Yeah.
no peace.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, to be fair, I'm a tourist here too, so I'm just complaining about other tourists.
No, but you're not. I mean, you're officially a tourist here.
I'm
but-
officially a tourist here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. I have every right to complain about the Fringe. Cheers to that.
It would be more British if you had tea in there.
That's true.
Yeah.
No one needs to know.
Dusting.
Dusting.
What I wanted to know patata.
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 Patata. A potato?
Potato. Patata.
Oh,
It's not only funny that we say the same thing, it's funny that we have the same brain speed.
Yeah, we
and
say
we-
at the same time.
At the same time, the same speed, the same intonation.
It takes us the same amount of time to process
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, to process information.
Yeah.
Wild. Dusting.
Dusting.
I feel like the word dusting shouldn't mean to get rid of dust. It should mean the process of dust settling on something.
It's dusting.
It's dusting. It should mean it is collecting dust.
like gathering dust.
Gathering dust, yeah. My piano, I haven't played in so long. It's dusting.
Yeah, I agree. I can sign under that.
Thank
That's
you.
misleading.
That's misleading. Oh, miss. Misleading. Carolina leading. Her name is Carolina. Carol leading. Misleading.
Did you just make it up?
Yes. No, just like a lady. Misleading.
I thought you were quoting something.
No.
I was trying to figure it out.
No, I'm just
That's
like, this
funny.
is me thinking in real time.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Misleading.
Misleading.
Like
Misdemeanor.
misdemeanor.
Misbehavior.
Ooh. Misbehavior.
Miss.
Anna behavior.
Anna behavior. Misbehavior. Imagine you're at the doctor's office. Misbehavior. Misbehavior in line in aisle 3. And then the police comes, where?
Well, no, she's just choosing her groceries.
Yeah, for her. Anyway, let's cut to the chase, Dorian.
Let's cut to the chase. Rah. I didn't do that.
No, you didn't do that. Let's all pretend he didn't just do that. And let's all pretend I couldn't just edit it out, but I just decided not to.
You will.
I will not. Interactive part.
Yes.
So we brought an interactive part today, but it's not like I brought one and I confront you with questions about anything.
Yeah.
And it's not like you brought anything that I need to answer, but it is both.
brought something.
Yes, well, that's such a complicated way of me saying this interactive part we both prepared.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, I'm such a storyteller. My therapist always points that out. That I
Yeah.
don't say facts just like they are, I tell the story.
Yeah.
Like instead of saying like, oh yeah, we saw a friend on the street the other day. Go to my therapist, I go to her and say, yeah, the other day, me and Dorian, we decided to go on a walk. You know, we haven't been on a walk for quite some time. And so we got cozy. It's been already getting cold in Edinburgh. So we got cozy. I got my winter jacket out. It was quite, you know, we went on a walk. The sun was going up. And then there were so many people there, so you wouldn't think that we would actually be able to recognize someone that we know. But in this, you know, mass of people, we actually spotted a face that we knew, and we were looking at each other thinking like, who was that again? Who was that again? And then we're like, thinking
You're
back.
so in the way of effective communication.
Yeah, that's why she points it out.
Yeah.
She's like, you love to hear yourself talk.
Yeah.
And I say, yeah, that's why I have a podcast. Well, we brought an interactive part,
Exciting.
which is a game which you all know, which is
2 truths, 1 lie.
2 truths and a lie. Now, the problem with us is that when we came up with that, I said, hey, baby, do you want to bring 2 truths and a lie into the podcast? Your response was immediately,
I know everything about you.
and I know everything about you. It is
Yeah.
impossible to play that game together because if we find one fact that we don't know about each other,
Yeah.
we know each other so fucking well that I can deduce if it
Yeah.
isn't true
Yeah.
immediately.
It will be far too easy.
Yeah, far too easy. Did you say fart?
Fart.
Far too easy. And that's the kind of content you're getting here. Anyway,
Educational.
educational, communicational,
Yeah.
extravagant. Anyway, so it would be too easy. So we came up with a solution to that problem: 2 truths and a lie about a topic, a specific topic. So I wanted to do something for you with arts,
Yeah.
and you?
With films, filmography, cinematography,
Yes.
movies.
So do you want to just get into that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you want to start guessing, or do you want to start making me guess?
You ask, so you ask first.
I ask first?
Yeah.
Okay. So I divided my art questions into categories.
Yeah.
So I brought 2 truths and a lie about Shakespearean era,
Okay.
and 2 truths and a lie about art history.
Yeah.
Now, which one do you want to have first? Shakespeare or art history? Both are art.
Art history.
Art history.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Roman mosaics. Mosaics? Mosaics. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Were only allowed to depict mythology and legends of the gods. If an artist would be caught planning, or worse, making a piece that depicted everyday Roman life, he could be sentenced to death. Number 2. Claude Monet's Water Lilies, it's a series, do you know the Water Lilies? Is an homage to the castle gardens he once took a stroll in. He was inspired by how the light and its shadow changed due to the sundown, and he tried to recreate that in his paintings. Number 3. Vincent van Gogh produced over 2,100 paintings in his short lifetime.
Ooh.
I could tell while I was reading you felt like this was easy, but now having heard everything, it started to get difficult, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So walk me through your thoughts.
Which one was the first one again?
Roman mosaics.
Okay. That I'm almost certain that it's true.
Okay.
I'm saying almost certain, but like, yeah.
Okay.
The second one,
Yeah.
the Water Lilies, also think it's true. It just rings a bell that I heard something like that, but it might be that you changed one little detail and suddenly it's not true
I
anymore.
might have done that.
But I kind of want to say that the last one is a lie
Okay.
because I just think 2,000 pieces is loads. I know that he created a lot, but I would maybe go in like max 1,000 something. I would get into like 1,200.
Considering that his life was so short.
That's true.
You know, he didn't
yeah,
get
yeah,
old.
Yeah. So I think.
Do you want to have a look at the water lilies?
Yeah,
The
yeah, please.
paintings? Maybe that helps.
Could you read it again? Could you read?
Yeah,
the-
I can read all of the 3 again. Just
Yeah.
don't scroll or anything. Just look
Yeah.
at them.
Yeah.
If you want to have a look at those, feel free to Google
Yeah.
parallel to listening to this.
Ooh.
Okay, so do you want me to read them
Read
out
it again and I'm going to process it separately.
And you can tell me your thoughts while.
Yeah.
Okay. Roman mosaics were only allowed to depict mythology and legends of the gods. If an artist would be caught planning, or worse, making a piece that depicted everyday Roman life, he could be sentenced to death.
Okay, that is something that I forgot about that you mentioned, because I focused on the part that they were supposed to depict gods,
Yeah.
not that if they don't do it, they can be sentenced to death. Ooh, now that gets a little bit more tricky, because I think that's quite intense. And ooh, no, I wouldn't say they would be sentenced to death. I think that's they would be really
Extreme.
extreme.
But would that be something that I would have imagined, knowing that you could take that detail and think, now it's a lie? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Like, with two truths and a lie, I sometimes ask myself, if I don't know what's true or not, I ask myself, could this person come up with this? Could this person
Yeah.
have made it up?
I think you could.
Okay.
I think you could make it up.
Okay. The next one, or do you want to still
No,
think about that?
no.
Claude Monet's Water Lilies is an homage to the castle gardens he once took a stroll in. He was inspired by how the light and shadows changed due to the sundown, and he tried to recreate that in his paintings.
I think that's just true. There's nothing about it that makes me think that it's not true, unless you would change the detail of it being a palace, and for example, originally it was a church,
Yeah, okay.
and you would change it into a palace.
And then the last one, Vincent van Gogh produced over 2,100 paintings in his short lifetime. I love this game.
So I started with thinking that one was the lie. But I think now I'm leaning towards the first one being the lie because of the death sentence. And
Oh my god, wait, I misunderstood the game.
how so?
Well, it's two truths and a lie, right? There's two lies and one truth. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, that's my dyslexic brain.
For both of the categories
Yes,
you
for
have.
both of the categories.
That's fine.
And so you have two truths and a lie, and I have two lies and a truth.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's fine. That's
okay.
fine. I was
okay,
just
that gives you more playground now.
Okay, then
Two lies and one truth.
I think the Claude Monet is the truth.
Okay, okay, and okay. Sorry. If the Roman sentencing to death wouldn't have happened, would you have thought that's the truth?
I would think that's the truth. The mosaics were supposed to.
Okay. Do you want the release?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. You're wrong, but
Yeah.
you were thinking the right things, like exactly the right things. So,
Okay.
the Roman mosaics is
Yeah.
actually the opposite. Roman mosaics mostly depicted everyday Roman life, and actually a lot of what we know
Okay.
about Roman everyday life we know from mosaics.
Okay.
And that's actually a common fact. I invented the sentencing to death, and I was thinking if I would go a bit overboard with that. And it really bothers me that told you it's a lie, because your
Yeah.
very first impulse was, oh yeah, I can imagine that's true.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, okay. Claude Monet, the fact about
Uh-huh.
Claude Monet and him walking castle gardens and seeing the water
Uh-huh.
lilies is false. That's a lie.
Because it's not a palace.
It was not a palace,
What was it?
his garden.
Okay.
So you even had the right thought about, what if you just changed the place?
Yeah.
I changed the
yeah.
place. It was his own garden.
I see.
And that's why he painted so many of them, because every day he saw them, the water lilies.
Yeah. And then the last one is true.
And the last one is true.
Okay.
Van Gogh is it's estimated that he painted over 2,100, and it's estimated that it was over because we don't know if we have found all of them.
Yeah.
You know.
I see. I mean, at the end, he was bipolar.
That's an interesting fact.
Yeah.
So do you think?
I mean, I don't know if it's a fact, but it's suspected that he had bipolar.
because of his writings, because he
No, because of the mania and creating, not overcreating, you cannot overcreate, but creating so much and then
The depression.
entering the depressive episodes, yeah.
But do we have anything else apart from his process that gives us an indication if he might have been bipolar?
I don't think so.
Might have had bipolar disorder, maybe better.
Yeah, I mean, he did cut off his ear,
Yeah.
but
Probably-
it's not known if it would be during a potential manic or potential depressive episode.
But so we cannot really diagnose him with that.
Yeah, no, we cannot.
But we
No,
can
no.
say it like
It's suspected,
it's
that he
suspected.
might have had bipolar disorder.
Interesting. And the cutting of the ear could have happened during a phase of
Both mania and depression.
true, but I'm more leaning towards psychosis.
Yeah.
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 Interesting. Yeah, it's like I always think about these things. Back in the day, there was no therapist, psychiatrist, but these disorders still existed.
Yeah.
That's why it annoys me so much when people nowadays say, "Oh, back in the day, all these things didn't exist."
Yeah.
They did. They were just not diagnosed because we didn't know about
Yeah.
them. Like, oh,
Yeah.
autism is, it's just a new thing.
No,
like,
it's not.
It's not. It's not.
We just didn't hear about
And
it.
there's so many well-recorded people in their lives where we're like,
Yeah.
it's, they could have been autistic, but we cannot, of course, diagnose them because we don't actually talk to them.
Yeah.
Same with transgender people. There's this Roman emperor who was believed to have been a trans woman.
Yeah.
But because we cannot guarantee that, because we cannot have a conversation
They
with
weren't
that.
diagnosed.
Exactly, they weren't diagnosed, and that's why historians, I think, to this day, refer to this emperor as he, because, well, this emperor never told us that they preferred she, her
Yeah.
in the historical texts,
Yeah.
right? And it sounds so bizarre to us that that a Roman emperor could have, told us their preferred pronouns.
Yeah.
But that's actually the case. Like this emperor said, like, I want to wear dresses. I want you to refer to me,
Yeah.
like to their partners. They said, I want you to be.
And no one had issues with it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
probably, yeah. I think also they didn't have.
That was a
long life.
question.
Oh no, yeah, no. I think there was issues with that. Mostly because this emperor enjoyed a lavish lifestyle to the point that they became emperor very young. If I
Yeah.
remember it correctly, don't quote me on this, but they were emperor very young. And like a lot of young emperors, they just did parties and kind of
Yeah.
didn't take care of Rome and the
Yeah.
empire, so they were quickly overthrown. But yeah, so like historians are kind of saying like, should we call this emperor he?
Yeah.
Should we call this emperor she? You know,
Yeah.
because they said like,
They.
hey, yeah, they.
They.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's so cool that in English this gender-neutral pronoun exists.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, fun fact: these things always existed.
Yeah.
We just didn't
Exactly.
know.
Yeah.
And we
yeah,
just
yeah.
didn't know back then. And so.
The same when it comes to orientation.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, gay people didn't exist. Trans people, I just said, but like gay people didn't exist. Like, of course
Of
they
course
did.
they did. Of course they did. Like Romans,
Oh yeah.
mostly were. No, I don't want to say.
A lot of ancient civilizations were bi,
Yeah.
or like the norm was being bi.
Yeah.
I thought about that actually yesterday, that some things were not diagnosed. And yesterday I was thinking about how many misunderstandings happens because of that. For example, do you know how back in the day a king would have a person who would eat his food before him
Yeah.
to find out if it's poisoned?
Yeah.
Now, imagine another kingdom brings the king food in good faith and says, hey, I'm the king from this kingdom and I would give you my country's best dish to, offer you in good faith. And then the king says, oh, thank you very much. I'll just have my pre-eater eat it to see if it's not poison. Both of them say, fair enough. That's
Yeah.
also what I do. Everything's cool, right? What if the pre-tester has a nut allergy and there's peanuts in there? He immediately swells up. He has an anaphylactic shock. He dies on the spot because there's no epinephrine. The king thinks, oh my God, he
It's
tried to
poison.
poison me. Yes, and then they go to war, and then so many people died just because a peanut allergy cannot be diagnosed back then.
Oh God.
So many misunderstandings.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
You tried to poison me. No, I swear I didn't try to poison you. Then the king from the other kingdom is trying, oh, who tried to poison him? Maybe my right-hand man.
Maybe the person who was supposed to try the food poisoned.
Yes, like maybe like so many misunderstandings. Like who
Yeah.
tried to poison the king? No one.
Yeah.
No one. He just had a nut allergy.
That's so funny.
So many misunderstandings.
That's tragic as well, but
Yeah.
really funny. I'm not laughing at allergies.
Apart from my dust allergy, you
Apart from your
quite
dust
often
allergy.
laugh at that.
Yeah, I will continue doing that.
No, thank you.
All right, are you ready to hear my two truths and a lie? And
Yes.
that are actually two truths and one lie.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
I just don't listen. Don't listen. Wait. I struggle to listen to instructions so badly that when I hear two truths and a lie, I think two lies and a truth.
That makes so much sense. I want to eat your necklace.
You want to eat my necklace?
I want to eat your necklace. I've been staring at it and it looks so juicily delicious. Okay, two truths and a lie.
Yes.
Okay, those are movie related.
Okay.
I'll just start.
Yeah.
Anthony Hopkins in The Father is the oldest person to win an Oscar for Best Actor in a Leading Role. 2. Chewbacca was inspired by George Lucas's dog. And 3. The superhero movie that made the most money is Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay, so they are very easy for me.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know for a fact that Chewbacca was inspired by George Lucas' dog. I was at the Star Wars exhibition when it was touring, with all the real costumes and everything, and the parts of the set. And I remember that was one of the best days of my life. I was so happy. I'm such a Star Wars nerd. I love it. And there was all the fun facts and everything. And yeah, so there was that, like, at with Chewbacca mask and the costume, it said, like, actually it's inspired by George Lucas's dog. And they also said what breed it was. And,
What breed was it?
I don't, like, it was
Alaska Malamute.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like, quite a big dog. And yeah, and that's definitely a truth. Now, I wanted to say, when you said that with Anthony Hopkins, I think that's also true. That was my first impulse. I know it's his second Academy Award, but then you said the thing with No Way Home. Now, the thing is, I know it was really good in the box office. I know it was. But I think, not Infinity War, but the other one, Endgame, might have been more. So if I follow my gut, I say the Anthony Hopkins one is true. How old is Anthony Hopkins? I think he's in his 80s now. He must be. So I say that's true, and the No Way Home one is a lie. Oh, please.
It is, yeah. It is. It is.
And what's the best performing at the box office? Do you know?
What you said, Avengers Endgame.
Endgame. Let's go.
That one and Avengers Infinity War are the only two superhero movies that earned
Surpassed
over
it.
2 million.
Billion.
$2 billion dollars.
Yeah. So I even pointed out the two movies that I was thinking if they didn't earn more, and they did earn more.
Yeah.
Wow.
Also, not Spider-Man. Spider-Man on. Also, Avengers Endgame is the second highest grossing film of all time.
Wait,
the first
surpassing Titanic. No, Avatar.
Avatar, yeah. That is 2.9 billion.
I said Titanic because it was for the longest time Titanic until Avatar came out.
Yeah. And Spider-Man No Way Home is the third on the list.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Damn! Yeah, you shouldn't have chosen a category I know so much about.
I know, fair enough. And then Anthony Hopkins, he was awarded in 2021 for his role in The Father. And before him, the record was held by Henry Fonda for 39 years.
Crazy.
He was awarded in 1982 for his role in On Golden Pond.
82, Fonda. Yeah. And The Father.
He was, I think, 83 years old when he got...
Okay. Anthony Hopkins now?
Yeah.
I was thinking he must be in his 80s now.
Yeah.
And I think it's a second Academy Award, first one being from Silence of the Lambs.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
Nice, you've done well.
Yeah, thank you. I'm curious if the next one's also going to be that easy for me. Okay, the next one's Shakespearean. Again, reminder, it's two lies and a truth.
Yeah.
Okay, in 1584, in 1585, Shakespeare just disappeared for 5 years, and historians have no idea where he was or what he did. Then, when the Globe Theatre opened for the first time, it was so exclusive that only British upper class and nobility could watch Shakespearean plays, and Shakespeare died on his birthday. Though an official birth certificate was never found, it is believed that he died on his birthday.
Ooh, interesting. Could you read the first one again?
Yeah. The first one is in 1585, Shakespeare just disappeared for 5 years, and historians have no idea where he was or what he did.
Okay.
There's no record.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the second one is a lie. I know that it was very accessible, very affordable.
Theatres,
yeah. It was just about where you would be sat. That would be the difference, of course.
But even the Globe?
I think especially the Globe.
Okay. So you tend towards this being the lie?
Yeah, but maybe I'm chatting shit.
Okay.
And then the last one, what was the last one again?
That Shakespeare supposedly died on his birthday.
I think that's true.
Okay.
It just rings a bell.
Okay.
But it might be that I totally make it up.
But you understood what I said about the birth certificate. So it is widely believed that Shakespeare... Wait, I wrote it down.
I forgot that yours, two truths and a lie, are,
Two lies
are more complex.
Yeah.
You've got two layers to it.
Why?
Because it's like, okay, he died on his birthday, And something about birth certificate. And
So no. Either like if it is a truth or a lie, it is important to mention that his birth certificate was never found. Like there's like his birth date was never written down.
okay.
However, it is public knowledge or like commonly believed by historians and agreed on that he was born, I think, on the 23rd of April, and he also died on the 23rd of April. So it's just a fact that I think I have to mention here.
Okay.
But the fact or the lie that I'm telling you is he died on his birthday.
Got it. So if you change something, you already told me. So if you change something, it's not that part. So
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
because I didn't want. That's why I pointed it out, because the birth certificate thing is a bit complicated. I just.
Yeah. I think that's true.
Okay.
And the first one was
That he just disappeared for
that
5
he
years.
disappeared for 5 years.
Could that not be? Because especially in his time, like it is so hard to really follow up on what a person did all the time. And if
Yeah.
he would just live on the countryside.
You know, that's fair enough. But I still think it's a lie.
Okay. Why?
I don't know.
Okay. It's just a gut feeling.
Gut feeling, and because I think that the last one is true. So that leaves me with 2 lies.
Okay, sure.
I need to
Okay.
divide.
Okay.
That's my final answer.
You lock this in.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Is it?
That's correct.
Nice.
Yeah, very well done.
Nice.
So, yeah, as I said, he was born on the 23rd of April. He died on the 23rd of April, and I think that made him 53. Yeah. And, okay, to the first one, in 1585, he didn't disappear for 5 years. He disappeared for 7 years.
Okay.
Just interesting fact. He just
Fair enough.
disappeared, and no one knows what he
Okay.
did there. Again, back in the day, if you just go to live on the countryside, if, you know, like he was probably doing something.
Yeah, maybe we're even writing.
Yeah, maybe even writing. Maybe that's
Yeah.
when he came up with all his brilliant plays.
Yeah.
You know, but we have no records of that.
Yeah.
And then the second one, as you said, theaters were inherently accessible.
Yeah.
And it's exactly like you said, also applied to the globe, just dependent on where you were sat.
Yeah.
Did you know it was so the rich people don't smell the poor?
I didn't know that, no.
Also one of the reasons, of course, they wanted to be separated from them and also be able to see the play actually better and stuff. But it was also they just didn't want to smell them as well. And during especially with the Globe, it said that they just had bad seats, like the poor people, not only with obscured view, but also
Also
they
not
were-
sitting standing seats as well. Standing seats in inverted commas.
Yes, standing seats, as well as they were subjected to the weather outside. So there was a lot of wind. It was cold at times, and it was rainy, and they were just standing there and just to see the play.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Very well done, Dorian.
Proud of myself there.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Drama student.
Drama student.
Are you ready for yours?
Yes.
Nice. Let me... Okay. In Home Alone, the prop department originally created a fake tarantula to put on Daniel Stern's face, but the director made them use a real one. The tarantula's name was Barry. 2. Peter Dinklage was the highest paid actor on Game of Thrones.
In general, or in one season.
General.
Okay.
And 3. A Bug's Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, and Wall-E were all brainstormed over the course of a week.
Huh. Okay. Okay. Now this is difficult. I think the first one was true. It's true. The Daniel Stern face one, because I listened to Cold Mirror, which is this German YouTuber who talked about Harry Potter, like 5 Minuten Harry podcast. If you speak German and you don't know Cold Mirror, leave this podcast right now. Leave and watch Cold Mirror. I literally, one of the biggest reasons I want Dorian to learn German is so he can understand Cold Mirror's videos. She absolutely analyzes these movies, like she did that with Harry Potter for years, the first one. And after she finished the first Harry Potter movie, she went on to childhood movies.
Okay.
And that she was just interested in. And she did Home Alone.
Okay.
And I think she mentioned that. And I'm not sure if Daniel Stern himself said, hey, I want the real experience, or if the director said, hey, that doesn't look real at all, I want the tarantula to move. And they even needed to train him how to scream, or like, he didn't scream, and while the tarantula was on his face, and the screams was just ADR because they didn't want to scare the tarantula on his face. So there was something about that, but I say that's definitely true. Now,
And the tarantula name was Barry.
oh, now you could have just mean, mean, mean. I see the menacing smile.
It's a very tarantula name.
It is.
Yeah, right.
It is. Us talking about tarantulas makes me look around.
Oh, fair enough.
Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. Okay. Now, next one. Peter Dinklage, highest paid actor in Game of Thrones in general. I know that the actress who plays Cersei Lannister just got like millions for one episode where she had like 30 seconds of screen time. That I know.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Peter Dinklage... No, it could very, very well be because he's one of the very few characters who is there from the first until the very last season.
In every episode?
In every episode. I'm not sure. Is he in every episode? Okay.
I think.
So, yeah, so I can see how that is true because, like... Oh, yeah, I guess spoilers that I told you now that he's there all the time. And then
the series been done for 6 years.
Huh. But I mean, yeah, he might have had more screen time and then therefore more money. Okay, so I'm not necessarily saying that's wrong. And then the Bugs Life thing. I also don't think that's like that. I can see that happening. That all were brainstormed in 1 week because those concepts are not complex. The stories are, and I love them and stuff. But like, hey, how about we tell a story about the monsters who are there to scare children? How it's their job.
Yeah.
You know, like every child is scared of monsters under their bed or like in their closet, and then we tell the story of that. Like it's simple synopses that I think you can come up with. And also, you said Toy Story, same.
No, Toy Story. I said, let me have a look. A Bugs Life, Monsters, INC, Finding Nemo,
Monsters,
and Wall-E.
Monsters Inc.
Inc.
Called
Is it called
yeah,
Inc, not INC?
Yeah, Inc.
Inc.
Monsters Inc. Wall-E. Maybe. Nah, I cannot imagine. It's too many. But then in a week, it's just like you literally have to just come up with the synopsis. Like it's just brainstormed.
Yeah. Just the first idea.
But it would be so mean of you if you just changed the name Barry for the spider. See, I know you're a person like that. So, I know the first part of the first thing is true. It was a real tarantula.
Yeah.
And it was done like a fake tarantula was made, but it didn't work because it didn't look realistic, and they wanted it to crawl or something like that.
Yeah.
Horrible shot. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. But yeah, so that's why I would say it's true. However, I see that you could just name, So I say that's the lie because of Barry.
Okay.
Because you just added it on there. You just didn't need to. And by the way, the name was Barry. You said, oh, fact. Oh, by the way, his name was Barry. And he was 5 years old. And he was brought up in Nebraska. Like these unnecessary facts. I say that's a lie. And I say the other ones are true.
Okay.
I lock that in.
Okay.
Knowing that I distrust you.
Okay. Well, you're wrong.
What's my gut feeling like?
His name was Barry.
Flip you.
His name was Barry.
Yeah, it's quite a spider name, isn't it?
It is quite a spider name. And you said there that there was something to do with the screaming. What it was about the screaming was that the actor was afraid to scream because he didn't want to frighten
The spider,
the
yeah.
spider.
Said, yeah.
And the director to that said that the spider doesn't have ears, so he can just scream.
Oh, yeah, I remember Colt Mera also said that.
Yeah.
It's quite funny.
Yeah.
But still, like, the spider can, of course, be frightened by that because then the face suddenly starts vibrating.
Yeah,
and stuff.
no.
But that's a funny anecdote.
Yeah. So that was true.
The spider doesn't have ears. Yeah, okay.
So that was true. And then Peter Dinklage was, in fact, the highest paid actor on Game of Thrones. Kit Harington, Emilia Clarke, Lena Headey, and Nikolai Coster-Waldau all reportedly earned 1.2 million per episode for the final season. However, Dinklage's higher total earnings and subsequent net worth make him the highest paid overall.
No, that I understand. Yeah.
And then A Bug's Life, Monster Inc., Finding Nemo, and Wall-E were all brainstormed over a single lunch.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So that's a lie.
But into the other direction.
Yeah.
I thought it's a lie because it is just too short. No. A single lunch.
Yeah.
Wow. And all of them are such brilliant movies, like great movies that you know, took
Yeah.
care of generations.
Yeah, and funny that you mentioned Toy Story because, as Business Insider says, in the summer of 1994, the animation director met with 3 other colleagues at a restaurant by their studio. Pixar's feature film debut, Toy Story, was due to be released in a year, and they had to quickly come up with ideas for their next projects.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow, thank you. Yeah, great. No, so we both had one correct and one
Nice.
incorrect. Nice.
Nice.
That was a good one.
Good one.
I could do that again.
Yeah, me too.
That was fun.
Good one.
How about we go now into a few DMs? I know that last episode was fully DMs, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean that we don't want to have DMs in our other episodes.
Absolutely.
So we have a few DMs,
Yeah.
and there was one I really wanted to read out.
Of course you did.
You know which one I mean.
I do know which one you mean.
The DM goes, Rafa, love the beginning. Your outfit in the latest episode is so cool. First of all, thank you very much. As I said, I try. I try to put on my fine garments, and those are literally the only moments where I take out my fine garments. Otherwise, I have 2 clothes on rotation. But that's not the reason I read out the DM. Now, here's the part that really got me, because that's already a really nice compliment. And it goes, and your hair looked like Flynn Rider's hair in Rapunzel. What a nice thing to say. What an amazing thing to say. Now, we can all agree that Flynn Rider is one of the most attractive Disney princes or like Disney love interests in the whole history of Disney. Like,
Yeah, it is.
like him and Prince Naveen up there, right?
Prince Naveen?
Prince Naveen kiss the frog? No, frog? Kiss
Oh,
frog?
right. Yeah.
What's the kiss the frog?
I'm not sure.
Frogs kissing? Kissing of the frogs? I only know the German title, that's why it's not of ignorance,
sure.
it's just a
But
translation
I know
problem.
which one you're...
Yeah, that, Prince Naveen. Pretty. And Flynn Rider is definitely up there. Now, in my lifetime, every now and then, I have been compared to him, and it's always the biggest compliment. And a lot of people pointed out my hair in the last episode. That's, I think, the first time in the whole history of the podcast that I just had it down. Like I always wear a hair tie or a hairband, like something that just holds my hair back. But that was just the first time I had it down. So of course, this episode I needed to have it down again because apparently I look like Flynn Rider in those moments. Another thing that I wanted to point out, I remember every once in a while, especially in the beginning of me being on social media, I got comments about my goatee, saying like, "Ugh, why do you have a goatee?" I like to wear it because it's the only beard I can grow, and I'm really happy that I can grow a beard in the first place. So I'm really happy with it. But Flynn Rider has a goatee as well. Like,
Nah.
I'm not saying I do it because of Flynn Rider, but I am saying you cannot say that goatees are always ugly, because if Flynn Rider is out there rocking a goatee,
Then you can too.
then I have every right to try.
Yeah.
So next time someone says, "Ugh, why do you have a goatee?" I say, have you ever looked at Flynn Rider? Thank you. You know, goatees have a right to exist.
Yeah,
Happy with
totally.
mine. And if you compare me with if one person compares me with Flynn Rider because of my hair, and also because of my goatee, I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I don't, like, every other compliment can pack its things and go, apart from the Johnny Depp one.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm always so thankful because this man is pretty.
He is pretty.
He's pretty.
Yeah.
Especially, like, they always say young Johnny Depp, like, especially
Yeah.
young Johnny Depp. Of course, young Johnny Depp because I'm, you know, young in my early 20s, you know.
Yeah.
But
for him.
so many people who have no contact to each other just always come to me and say, "Have anyone ever told you that you look like a young Johnny Depp?"
Yeah, I remember when we went to shoot a wedding in
Yes,
France,
yeah.
and the owners of the hostel we were staying at said that to us, that when we walked into the room, we looked like young Johnny Depp and Orlando Bloom.
Yeah, yeah. You look like young Orlando Bloom and I look like Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
You probably because of the hair and because of your
I think.
facial features.
Yeah, I think my face, like, I see it a little bit in photos, especially.
Yeah.
My father once told me that I look like Orlando Bloom
Okay.
a few years ago.
Yeah. I always think it's weird if so many people say it. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't see it. I don't see Orlando Bloom for you.
Yeah.
I don't see Johnny Depp for me.
Yeah.
But if so many people, unrelated, never having talked to each other, just come to you and say,
Yeah.
dude, you look like Johnny Depp. At
Yeah.
some point, you're like, okay, something about me has to, that has to be somewhat true.
Yeah. Nice.
Especially my headshots.
Yeah.
Like someone said to me, like, especially in this headshot or especially in this headshot, you really look like Johnny Depp, specifically in Nightmare on Elm Street, where he wears the
haven't
crop
seen it.
top.
I haven't seen it. Nice.
So hot there.
Was it no Crybaby?
No, yeah, also Crybaby, because
Yeah.
that's the same time. But the person that I talked to said
Okay.
this headshot looks like Nightmare on
Okay,
Elm
gotcha.
Street.
I don't have a picture for
you want
that
to?
movie. Yeah, sure. Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think my hair is a bit too long for that right
Yeah.
now, but like just the face.
Yeah, I see. I see. And I see that someone who sees your face for the first time
Yeah, maybe that's
thinks that. But I think I just know your face too well
Yeah,
to associate with someone else's face because
Maybe
your
that's-
face is so inherently you.
yeah, maybe that's that. But like so many people have told me that, and I always gladly take it.
Yeah.
Thank you. This man is super
Nice.
pretty. What a beautiful compliment. That and Flynn Rider, and I'm happy.
Nice.
So that was the DM I wanted
That was
to
the DM, yeah. That was 7 minutes worth of it.
Did you stop
DM.
the time?
No, I didn't. Moving on to the next DM, that is actually a question and not just a compliment to you, is, again, going back to the same DM when a person asked us a good 5 or 6 questions, each of them being a perfect topic to talk about in an episode. So that's one of those. And it goes, do you think humans tend to romanticize suffering or struggle? If yes, why do you think that is? I think that is such an interesting question.
It is.
And so up to date as well.
Yeah. I think definitely.
Yeah, I
Humans-
agree.
Humans really, what was the word? Not glorify, but
Romanticize.
romanticize struggle. Definitely. The question is just why.
Yeah.
And I have my own theory about that.
Okay, what is it?
It's the same reason we like superhero movies. Because we like the story of an underdog. We like the story of someone who struggles and then made it out on the other side.
Yeah.
And then just grew out to be stronger. And then had their revenge arc, or now they're better. Like,
Yeah.
and in order for a superhero movie, and I'm not talking necessarily about superhero movies where people actually have superpowers, but like the from underdog to millionaire kind of stories,
Yeah.
the hero stories.
Yeah.
In order for the hero arc to be more satisfying, to be more, well, impressive, like
Impressive,
bigger,
yeah.
for the payout to be bigger, the struggle needs to be bigger.
Yeah.
The obstacles need to be greater, right? So the obstacles you overcome need to be greater. So what do you need to do? In order to be able to identify yourself with that, you have to kind of maybe exaggerate or romanticize or idealize struggles
Yeah.
to make them fit into this dramatic narrative
Yeah.
that after that I will be stronger or whatever. Like,
Yeah. There's also a reason why people never romanticize the struggle while it's happening,
right.
especially if it's happening to them.
Yeah.
Because of course, when the struggle is actually happening and we are suffering, well, it's not that fun.
Yeah. It doesn't feel fun.
It doesn't feel fun, of course.
But in
that's
theory,
why it's suffering.
Yeah, of course. But in theory, you know that, like, theoretically, I should come back after that stronger, or like a person comes back
Yeah.
after that stronger, better, greater, and just because we want to feel like victors,
Yeah.
we need to romanticize
Feel like
struggle.
victims.
Yeah,
first.
exactly. Do you think that's maybe why people are so quick to use these psychological terms? We had talked about your Substack.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's why people maybe say so quickly, "Oh yeah, that's my trauma acting up."
Even though it might not be, but of course they need to hyperbolize it a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I think it can have something to do with it. Why people are so quick to call things names, to say that I have this disorder, I have that disorder, because they are known to they're known to cause struggle.
Yeah. And everyone knows that, and I need to have a name for that.
Yeah.
And so everyone knows that's a real struggle.
Yeah.
Or also not only self-diagnosing, but diagnosing others they might not like. For example, oh yeah, my ex, he was a narcissist.
Yeah.
So I survived a narcissist.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Rather than maybe needing to face the complexity of the situation. I mean, of course, if the person was a narcissist, then just call the child by its name. It was a narcissist, you know? That's a German saying. Just to call something exactly how it is, to call the child by its name.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I then go around and say, oh yeah, my ex was a narcissist,
Then suddenly you have the status of you've survived narcissistic abuse.
Suddenly I'm a survivor.
Yeah.
Because in some cases, of course, there are survivors of narcissistic abuse.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely the case, that there are survivors. And I immediately make myself one of them if I just dramatize it more.
Yeah.
And or glamorize it more. You know? Definitely. I think, however, this is not only bad. I think this is a way for us to stay sane.
I think for those who actually did go through shit, and for those who really survived something.
Maybe it's a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's like romanticizing that in others in order to be able to bear it for themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, of course, because it's suffering, I cannot necessarily romanticize my own, let's say, alcohol addiction, right? But when I see it in the movies, and I see another addiction storyline, like let's say I watch Euphoria, and then I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
You know, but it's not cool.
But you mean as someone who has struggled with substance abuse?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone who struggles themselves.
Yeah.
Finding this cool, trying to find something edgy about this maybe helps them.
Yeah, because you cannot change who you are, but you can change how you go about it. It's kind of like coping with humor, but in a bit of a different direction.
Yeah. Even though the message of the media should be and is as well, like, this is not cool.
Yeah,
people
definitely
will find it cool. However, then, if also interesting, if the media is able to catch your attention by you romanticizing it, you know, by finding it cool, and you like the aesthetic of like substance abuse or whatever. It's not an aesthetic; it's a real problem. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah.
But if it catches you by appealing to an aesthetic that you like, but then has the message of people like that need help. If you are struggling like that, like this person, you need to find help. Like, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I really like Beautiful Boy. With,
I liked it as well.
With Steve Carell and Timothée Chalamet.
It was not only a beautiful story, but it was not dramatized.
At all.
That's something that I appreciated so much.
It just showed the reality, and it didn't glorify anything.
It showed all the moments. It didn't show only the moments that are explosive, and there's fighting, and there's screaming.
And there's parties on drugs.
Exactly. That we don't see any of that. We just see the consequences of substance abuse on a person.
On a person and on his family.
On his family.
I love that. I love that movie. It's really. It feels like it has a nice pace as well.
Yeah.
And it's so silent, because
it feels peaceful almost.
Even though it's not.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
It doesn't need a fight scene, because we know what the fight is.
Yeah.
Like there's one. My favorite moment of that film is where the dad was looking for his son. Days and days, again, like this is not the first time he has been looking for him for days, because he knows he struggles with substance abuse, and sometimes he just disappears.
Yeah.
And then like he's really angry, he's talking to people and like screaming at them like, why do you not know where my son is?
Yeah.
Hospital, his ex-wife, like he's really angry, and you can see that it's also due to frustration and fear for his son.
Yeah.
And then when he finds him, he doesn't scream at him. He's not like, oh, where were you? I was worried about you, because he knows there's no point.
The scene in the car.
Yeah, where it's raining and he's in the car, and then he finds his son, just gets out of the car, and the camera stays in the car.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessary for us to see how he was lying there.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Just the fact that he came back.
Yeah.
Right? Love that. He doesn't scream at him, he doesn't tell him off, because he knows, first of all, it doesn't make sense to tell him that. He knows that. Second of all, it might not be the right moment right now.
It's not the moment for that, yeah.
And third of all, I'm just relieved to have my son back. There you can also tell that it's not really anger, but just frustration and fear that was behind that anger.
And care.
And the moment he found his son, he was just relieved, so much so that there might not be anger at him anymore, but maybe just like this relief and anger at the disease.
Yeah.
And like, you know, at the end, this movie is about you need help.
Yeah.
And people who struggle with substance abuse, you need help. And if you can identify yourself with anything that we are saying right now, as always, there are people who want to help. Reach out to friends, family, but also reach out to doctors. There is help, and it works. You just have to believe in it.
Yeah.
And it's much easier said than done, but you know,
Yeah.
fight the fight.
Yeah.
But that's a really cool movie. Whereas Euphoria, for example, also talks
Haven't
about
seen Euphoria.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. But it also talks about very strong substance abuse. But it also has like it's a pretty series to watch. It's very beautiful, like just aesthetically, and it has a lot of party scenes, and it also shows like how cool you can feel, how good you can feel in a high,
Which is dangerous to show.
which is dangerous. But then as well, the outcome is also, hey, this person needs help, and you don't want to be like that person, because they show Rue, the person who struggles with substance abuse, at the most disgusting moments, like the most awful moments that are associated with substance abuse, which is withdrawal. And I think that she goes through withdrawal multiple times as well, and it's always ugly.
Yeah.
Because that's the reality. It's not only the party, it's also the other side.
Yeah, of course.
So maybe they just lure you in with that
Yeah.
to give you an interesting and important message.
And to actually convey a message.
Do you think that can cause greater problems in someone's life?
In what way?
Do you think someone can do that so much so they really get real life problems?
Oh, that someone glorifies their suffering, kind of hyperbolizes it, that they actually then suffer under this problem. I feel like that's how it works. If you call something by something else's name, you suddenly start living in the reality where it does concern you. You know, so like if someone who doesn't have PTSD start claiming symptoms of PTSD and says that they've survived something traumatic, or let's say like a narcissistic abuse, for example, they will be living in the reality where they did survive narcissistic abuse.
Ah, right, because they tell themselves they did.
Exactly.
And so they suffer under something that they shouldn't need to suffer.
Yeah.
And so they're making their life harder.
Yeah.
Oof, difficult topic. It really bothers me, because like you shouldn't, there's no need, like you could
Yeah.
be more peaceful.
Yeah.
But in general, like it really, like we already talked about the pop psychology, but it really bothers me when someone says, oh yeah, that's my PTSD.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
if you think you have PTSD, go to a psychiatrist, and you know, if you can, and get it diagnosed. But it really bothers me,
Yeah. I get that.
because like it is not. It's more like a lot of the times it's not that. It's not that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's something I feel very passionate about.
Yeah, and
About
we
that
have
we
already
know.
talked about.
Yeah.
It's just always so fresh,
Yeah.
because it's so relevant still. People
is.
still do it. Like our video didn't put an end to pop psychology.
Yeah, no, unfortunately.
Sadly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your essay didn't put an end to pop psychology.
Yeah, far too lot of people saw it.
Oh yeah. Hey, maybe you have to share it. Second episode of Don't Scream I'll Cry, Pop Psychology. Yeah. I think that's about everything we want to say to that.
Yeah.
Maybe when we find out more things to say about that, we can pick it up in a later episode.
Yeah.
But we need to put this to an end. We need to finish this episode. It's been some time.
It's been some time.
Yeah.
Well, one last thing I have to say
Yeah.
is we are still choosing the name for our little being in our logo.
Yeah.
The little
Face.
fish face.
It's not a fish.
It's not a fish.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it looks like one though. The little fish-like face. And the suggestions were Finley, Finn in short, Moya, Anomaly, and Sniffles.
Yeah, that is exactly the same list that it was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
However, there wasn't any name suggestions that could compete with them. So we're actually starting the poll now.
Yeah.
The name is up to debate. The name you can decide. Please have a poll, decide in the poll. We will do only one poll. If we would start one on Spotify, one on Instagram, one on YouTube, we would lose sight of who voted for what.
Yeah.
So we will probably do one poll on the Instagram story, on one Instagram story. It will be out on, let me think. This episode comes out on Friday.
So Friday day.
Friday during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Friday during the day for 24 hours, you can decide what the name of our little face should be.
Vote Anomaly.
If you want to.
But also if you don't.
I certainly will vote anomaly. But please have your own, support your own choices. And yeah, that's about it for that episode.
So it is. That was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
Nice.
I definitely want to do the true truths and a lie again.
Two lies and the truth.
I actually like that more.
I don't.
Really?
Yeah. I
Okay,
like to
how
stick
about-
to the rules.
How about next time we just switch it around? You bring me two lies and a truth, and I bring you two truths
Okay,
and a lie.
let's do that.
Okay. Should we do that next episode?
Yeah, why not?
Amazing.
Nice.
Alrighty, new categories.
Cool.
Then I'm really looking forward to having you here next week because apparently we're going to do the same very cool thing that we've been doing for 8 weeks now. So I'm happy to welcome you back next week, same time, same place, in our cozy little man cave. Do you want to say anything?
Not really. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I hope you were entertained. We hope you had an amazing time. And yeah, until then, don't scream, I'll cry.
Don't scream, I'll cry.